One thing I've been grateful for is truthfully the power of the word, right? The power of words, the power of life and death is in the power of the tongue. That's what they say, right? That's what the book says. And I've been seeking and finding everything I'm looking for in the midst of what I say. And it's to the point now where even my musical writing has been completely different, for real. Like this next chapter I'm putting out, y'all probably gonna see the growth. It's gonna be really more enlightening. And just for some time, and it's always been that way, like music has been my avenue of really my therapy. I've shared experiences that I went through. That's really where it started, and a lot of that came from survival, came from, shit I knew from doing things in the streets. But at the same time, it's like I've been in a whole new space and time where I'm embracing the person that I want to be as opposed to the person that I was. And sometimes I feel like that's part of being able to, it's like a butterfly getting out the cocoon and finally realizing they're a butterfly, right? Like for so many years, I feel like y'all was watching me grow in this cocoon. And I'm finally at a point where I'm ready to spread my wings. And with my wings, but they haven't been given, I didn't just attain my wings off of man's strength. I've attained them through God. So the way I'm speaking now, and even the music lyrics are just different. The verbiage is different. The it's still me. It's still TayMo, but it's the 2.0 for real. I've really been on this new journey with God that I cannot thank him more enough for. Because I've realized so many times especially being talented, right? And being somebody who's in the industry that your talent can gain you success or revenue streams and things of that nature. You end up sometimes being in a space where your ego can allow you to think that you did or put you in a situation or a position, right? But I'm in a situation now where it ain't nothing but God. When you see me, it ain't nothing but God, So when as I'm attaining these wings that he's providing me, it's solely due to him. So all I can really enlighten y'all with is him, And I think I've seen that change in a lot of different artists. It's really, I feel like a season where you gonna really see music change due to the spiritual enlightenment God has put on his chosen ones. And I'm not saying this like I'm just this egotistic, he chose me. But yeah, he chose me. He woke me up today, so I'm chosen. Yes, I am chosen. And you are too. So one of my talents is, of course, music. And I think so oftentimes we take that on I did this or I did not. Appreciate the gift, but remember to give gratitude to the gift giver. My brother told me that the other day. My brother of faith, Chris, shout out Chris. We was on the phone. We were just talking, and I'm like, bro, I can't even tell you, I'm not even really writing no more. It's me just downloading and just putting it to pen, to paper, and I'm not even really even writing. It's just coming to me. I'll just play a beat and everything I get flooded, where I don't even have to even think. And I've been really in the space of sobriety too, so I feel like he's been really transforming me in a clairvoyant way. And bro was like, I'm proud of you for that, and that's good, bro. Keep that pushing. That's a good thing. But remember, bro, so oftentimes we want to share our gifts, but we forget to give praise to the gift giver, And I was like, ooh, that's a bar, bro. I gotta go to the streets with this one. You feel me? Because that's the truth. We get the things we pray for and then sometimes forget to turn around and be like, hey, thank you. And those gifts that we receive, whether it be monetarily, materially, they really just reminders of his presence in our life. We really sometimes become, unfortunately, and I've even done this before where I get something I pray for and then I make that the idol. You feel me? Whether it be a car, money, even, a relationship or whatever, like, then I become, oh shit, I did that. Nah, bro, that's not you. That's not you. Fall back. You feel me? And because when you fall back and see it, it's like you can be able to steward more. But if you come into God in the space of lack and you acting as such like you're not deserving, by the time you get to what you really want, you're going to try to take your ego into it, and you're not going to really embrace the fullness of that blessing that He's giving you. So on this journey, I just pray that God continue to pour into me and allow me to pour into anybody that needs a word, and allow me as a vessel to just be a character of His light. We're made in His image, so just allow me to be a reflection of His image at all times. And I'm not perfect. I'm still made in flesh, but allow my flesh not to take over my spirit. Let it be settled. Let my flesh be settled, and let me be able to just be a vessel that you use to enlighten others. And I pray my music can transpire and transform lives that way. That was the whole point of it started. Memories was the first song I ever made, and it was really like a tribute to my brother. And then along the journey, life was happening. So I'm telling you my life. You feel me? Some things are good, some things are bad. But I realize now, like, especially seeing how children gravitate to your energy, like, you got to see who really is being transformed by your presence, So, not that I have to be this overly preacher type dude. It's not even that it's my choice. It's more like my calling. And when it's your calling, it don't even feel like you changing. It just feel like that's you now, So this real TayMo 2.0 I'm finna put out now, like, just understanding this is my growth I'm sharing with y'all, and I pray that it really touches the hearts and minds that it needs to touch, whether I get 2 plays or 2 million, you feel me? So I love y'all.